Sorry, how can it take 12 months? We know the evidence that was there. In they came, the celebrities thought that they're above Australia's biosecurity laws, and we know Barnaby Joyce, or Minister Joyce, had his little meltdown, and good on him. Okay, whatever.
As much as we might like to pursue this matter, we have to go in the queue behind all the other matters that those organisations are dealing with and that our international partners are dealing with. But I think you can take it as read that, as Mr Timpson's outlined, we're pursuing the matter and we don't intend to go away on it. We will continue to pursue it.
If Amber Heard thought her problems would end after the trial between her and Johnny would end, she was wrong. Not only has her troubles not ended, but it looks like she has found herself in more and more troubles. Amber Heard is facing serious financial issues ever since the end of the trial. She was ordered to pay around $10.35 million to Johnny. But according to her lawyer, Elaine, Amber has no way of paying that money back.
Is she able to pay a $10.4 million judgment?
Oh no, absolutely not.
She tried to find a way out of the situation by reappealing, but that demand was rejected by the court. She was also relying on her insurance company to help with some of her financial burden, but that very same company sued Amber for trying to force them to pay her legal fees, which they are not entitled to according to law. But that is not all. Amber Heard is now in serious trouble in Australia, and the country's very own former Deputy Prime Minister has taken upon himself and is doing everything in his power to get Amber Heard arrested. Amber Heard could be jailed for 14 years on account of perjury in her 2015 dog smuggling incident. On top of that, she could face even harsher punishment for glassing, when she lied about slicing of Johnny Depp's finger. And in case you are wondering how serious these offenses are, the US FBI is helping Australia in investigation to build a case against Amber Heard. In April 2015, Amber broke Australia's strict biosecurity laws when she failed to declare in customs Johnny's 2 Yorkshire Terriers, named Pistol and Boo. Amber flew with the dogs on a private jet to Queensland, where Johnny was shooting the 5th Pirates of the Caribbean movie, and Australian authorities discovered the dog's illegal entry after a grooming salon on the Gold Coast shared photos of the dogs on Facebook. The Deputy Prime Minister at the time, Barnaby Joyce, issued a strict warning to Amber and Johnny, telling them that the dogs will be put down unless they are taken back to the US.
Mr Depp has to either take his dogs back to California or we're going to have to euthanize them. He's now got about 50 hours left to remove the dogs. Now, he can put them on the same charter jet he flew out on and fly them back out of our nation. Why is this important? There's diseases such as leishmania, rabies, leptospirosis, Alicia, and all these, well, we want to keep out of our country. There is a process if you want to bring animals in. You get the permits, they go into quarantine, and then you can have them. But if we start letting movie stars, even though they've been the sexiest man alive twice, to come into our nation, then why don't we just break the laws for everybody? It's time that Pistol and Boo buggered off back to the United States.
Australia's Ministry of Agriculture immediately issued a statement on their website ordering the dogs into quarantine and telling Amber and Johnny to export the dogs within 72 hours. Amber was initially facing 2 charges of illegal importation of an animal and 1 count of producing a false document. However, the 2 biosecurity charges were later dropped. In April 2016, Amber pleaded guilty to falsifying quarantine documents, claiming that she had made a mistake because she was sleep-deprived. Prosecutor Peter Callaghan, however, said sleep deprivation was not an excuse and that the laws should apply to everyone. But in exchange for pleading guilty, the judge dropped 2 criminal charges against Amber of illegally importing animals and placed her on a $1,000 1-month good behavior bond for producing a false document. And then both Johnny and Amber issued a public apology video that was played in court. The video was weird to say the least.
Australia is a wonderful island with a treasure trove of unique plants, animals, and people.
It has to be protected.
Australia is free of many pests and diseases that are commonplace around the world. That is why Australia has to have such strong biosecurity laws.
And Australians are just as unique, both warm and direct. When you disrespect Australian law, they will tell you firmly.
I am truly sorry that Pistol and Boo were not declared. Protecting Australia is important.
Declare everything when you enter Australia.
After this, Amber started being shady and began to mock Australian law and the PM. First, Amber posted a photo pretending to sneak a dog into a Syrian refugee camp. And then she posted a similar photo with the caption, "I guess some habits die hard." And in December 2021, she mocked the Australian PM when she revealed that she got a new dog and named him Barnaby Joyce, after the Australian Prime Minister who threatened to euthanize Pistol and Boo in 2015. But in 2021, Australian officials revealed that they were investigating Amber for committing perjury in her dog smuggling incident with the help of FBI. They started looking into it again when Kevin Murphy, Johnny's estate manager, was asked to testify in Johnny's libel case against the Sun. Kevin testified that on 13 October 2015, I signed a declaration for the Australian proceedings that discussed the circumstances in which Miss Heard brought her and Mr. Depp's dogs into Australia. This declaration was prepared by Miss Heard's U.S. lawyer in this matter. That declaration contained statements that were not entirely truthful. He also added that he was responsible for the paperwork, but Amber lied to the authorities when she said she had no idea the paperwork was incomplete, when she had been made aware several times by Kevin that the paperwork was incomplete and taking the dogs in Australia without proper paperwork would lead to legal troubles. He said I was responsible for the paperwork, which I could not obtain in time, and that Miss Heard was fully aware of this in advance of traveling to Australia with the dogs. Specifically, Miss Heard wanted Miss James to give a false statement that Miss Heard was unaware that it would be illegal for her to bring her dogs into Australia. Miss Heard was aware that this was illegal because I had informed her repeatedly by email, telephone, and in person. Kevin also testified that Amber threatened him when he was uncomfortable with lying to the court. That's correct. I took it as a threat. She said, "I wouldn't want you to have a problem with your job. I need your help with this." But that's not all. Johnny's lawyer, Adam Waldman, flew to Australia, and sources are saying he is there to present evidence against Amber Heard in the dog smuggling incident. Amber could also potentially face charges for glassing, which is a very serious offense in Australia. During one of the couple's fight, Amber threw a vodka bottle, which resulted in Johnny losing the tip of his finger. There was also an audio leaked where Amber could be heard pleading and apologizing, saying she never wanted to hurt Johnny. If Amber is found guilty of the dog smuggling incident, she could face a prison of 14 years. Whereas, if FBI is also investigating her in the glassing incident and she is found guilty, she could face a prison sentence of almost 20 years. Reacting to this, users online believe Amber should be punished for lying and putting Australia's biodiversity at risk. One user said, "She is crooked in all directions. Everything she does is wrong. She thrives on this. If she was a man, that person would have been in jail by now. She is guilty of many things. Now she needs to start putting in the time and answer for her wrongs." Another person commented, "Like most countries, Australia does not like letting anyone get away with mocking its border laws." The Turd committed perjury there in UK, allegedly confirmed, by Turd herself in her own words, under oath recently. That's why they are now looking into potential extradition. The Turd, if found guilty, should be sentenced equally to others, which isn't a short stretch. Australia has very solid reasons for its animal quarantine laws, and premeditated perjury in flouting them should warrant the max. Turd really hasn't thought her lies through. The UK should be seeking her extradition too for perjury there, the penalty for which is also imprisonment. I'm not going to be surprised if she doesn't visit either of her own volition in the foreseeable future as things stand. Do you think Amber Heard would finally be arrested and jailed, or would she be just let go with a fine? Let us know what you think in the comments below, and if you enjoyed this video, make sure to subscribe for more celeb news just like this.